Yo, what up? You already know what it is, man. It's your man Sean. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? My boy Conrad, he's here. Everything Pro Wrestling's here. HWW's here. When Hubbard Wrestling Weekly and Clash and Everything Pro Wrestling combined efforts, man, you already know what it is, man. It's Clash of the Podcast, episode 135. We are still in the mix. We are still doing it, man. Um, yeah. I'm not gonna belabor this, man. We got so much to get into, man. Big shout out to my brother from another mother, Conrad Cushman. You know what I'm saying? We're here, bro. And for me, bro, like if you had heard the way I was talking before we went on the air, bro, like I'm on some next, you know what, bro. I'm on some next, you know what, and I'm tired of the you know what ish, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. We're gonna keep it professional as we can. But you about to see something different from your boy because I am pissed off. I'm saying that from the gate, from the rip, from the outset. You dig? Conrad, I'm gonna need you today, bro, because your boy is pissed off right now, man. But I'm gonna hold it down for the home team, bro. That being said, let's lock and load. Let's do what we gotta do, man. Conrad, drop that thing for me.
Folks, welcome to Clash of the Podcast. Another episode for you guys. We're going to be talking a lot here today. The meat and potatoes of this episode is going to be touching on what's happened in WrestleMania season. We're going to be talking a little dark side of the ring, specifically the Hell in a Cell match that happened last week. I know tomorrow's going to have a new episode at 10 p.m. on Vice. We won't get too deep into that because I don't know much about it. It's about Ludwig Borga. Name I never thought that I would hear about, but I'm seeing some craziness about it already in some preview clips. So that'll be on tomorrow. Make sure you guys check out Triller TV. They got an amazing WrestleMania package lined up. But other than that, man, go subscribe to Sean's channel. Sean's got a special coming up.
Yeah, man, we locked in, man, for the night before WrestleMania. Just before WrestleMania SmackDown, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time on Friday, April 18th. We have a big time episode coming up for you, man. So we're really fired up. Hubbernomics, we're calling it WrestleMania Hubbernomics with a special guest.
I like it. Getting into this, man. Let's get into these shout outs real quick, man. Big shout out to Clown,
130 4tweezy.
Says afternoon. Appreciate you, Clown. Ray Thompson's in the house saying happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Awesome episode of Raw today. Giving it the thumbs up, the Ray Thompson seal of approval.
Ray to the.
That might have to stay. That might be a permanent. Sir Quills in the house saying what up. Conrad, Sean, chat. Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 135 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast.
Quilly, what up?
He said the John Cena Cody Rhodes promo segment was excellent. 10 out of 10 to start Raw. Now, only if the rest of WWE's promo segments could be that good, but it's WWE, so it's going to normally be wishful thinking.
On everything.
Cena does not give a blank on the mic, and neither does Cody. That's what I loved about the segment. Even though Cody more than held his own and had some good points, Cena masterfully controlled the promo.
On everything again.
Vinny says he's back.
The only Vinny we like. He says, happy Monday, y'all. God bless. I'm back. Welcome back. We appreciate you. He also goes on to say, fun fact, Seth Rollins has never main evented a WrestleMania without having to share the spotlight with Roman Reigns. You're welcome. And now CM Punk can relate. Oh, my God, bro.
I mean, couldn't you also say that Seth Rollins also had to attach himself to, he chose when to cash in as a character. I'm just saying, Vinny. Matt Lopez in the house.
I'm lazy for Sheezy. He says, hello, good evening. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Let's kick the week off right of Dynasty with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. We appreciate you, Emily. You know I'm pissed off, man. You saw you retweeted my stuff, bro, from Twitter, bro. Oh my God. I can't even talk.
Yeah, I've been avoiding X more than ever lately, just because of people on there. XG Dub, sub Clashers. How's everyone doing? What's good? Appreciate you.
What up?
Miracle, what's good?
Welcome.
Let me see here. Hope everyone is well. Collision was so fire. Women's division, the Owen. Yes, there's a lot happening. Deanna, it's my favorite brothers and family. Appreciate you, Deanna.
We appreciate you.
Can I say it for Hubs if it's Uzi?
Yo, you know what's gonna blow your mind right now, Deanna? That's only about 33.3% about why I'm mad right now. There's a lot going on, bro. There's a lot going on. Whew.
Yeah, Matt's calling BS on the triple threat main event over the World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to talk about that. Jocelyn on Twitch side of things. What's good, Jocelyn? Another great Monday has been bestowed upon us. I see WWE has been wild and Dynasty is here. I know this show will be good. Yes, we're going to have a little Dynasty talk in here as well. We got a lot to try to fit in. I'm just trying to make sure I give everyone their just due. T Ferg, what's good, fellas? I hope this brother Kevin Knight turns out to be a star for AEW.
100.
Or in AEW. Yeah. He had a tryout at the PC. He chose AEW. This heelish John Cena makes me love him more and his shovel. Woo. Joel with the $1 super chat, my friend. Thank you so much, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Joel, always a pleasure. Appreciate you, bruh.
Let's get into what we have lined up here. Sean, our brain teaser for this episode. What if the curtain call never happened?
Well, the curtain, we can go super obvious right now, bro. Great question out of you right now. Well, the first obvious thing that we all know from those of us who have done our historical research is that Triple H would have won that year's King of the Ring.
He would have been facing Yoko at SummerSlam in the pre-match in the free for all.
But no, on a serious note, that's true. But on a serious note, had that curtain call never happened, Triple H would have won King of the Ring, and more importantly than the Triple H ascension to royalty, there would have been no Austin 316 at that same King of the Ring. Would it have happened at a later date? Maybe. But there is no way to tell. Sometimes you only catch that genie in a bottle like one time, and there's only one opportunity to catch that genie in a bottle. Would that Austin 316 have come out at a different time? From my understanding and my feeling on the situation, Conrad, chat, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I mean, we all know I'm a Christian, so let me, but, I'm going to keep it 100. Like, even as a Christian, I thought Austin 316 line was amazing, right? But it was all based on what Jake the Snake Roberts was doing at the time. Jake the Snake Roberts is a born-again Christian. He cut a religious promo. Stone Cold got wind of it through Michael P.S. Hayes. Here comes Austin 316. We don't know. I mean, it's more likely than not that Austin 316 doesn't happen for more reasons than one. And it's not just that it would have been Triple H's spot, but also we would have needed to see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Jake the Snake Roberts at a different time. Like, what's the likelihood of that?
All right, let me take it and flip it a different way. Would Hall and Nash's returns to WCW been as impactful? Because this did spark a lot of internet talk and probably got people to go over there and say, oh, they must be going to WCW. What are they doing? Would that have, because this sparked a lot of outrage amongst people. Now, back then, I don't know how much you knew about it. I knew a little, but not enough to be like, oh, what is this?
Well, let me say this to you, my brother. I'm going to give you more credit than me because I didn't know what happened that night at Madison Square Garden. And when Scott Hall showed up on Nitro, I was blown away and fired up and excited. So, and I don't know, and I'm going to say another thing. I don't know if it was like about you, but for me, I didn't hear about the curtain call not only that day, I didn't hear about the curtain call for a long, long time. Like, that wasn't knowledge that anybody let go. Like that tape that random kid recorded illegally, by the way, in Madison Square Garden, I didn't see that video. I didn't hear about that video until years later.
Yeah, well, they mentioned it. What was it, like a year later on
Okay, a year later
or something. But
okay, so let's go with that, bro, because you're 100% right. So we heard about it a year later. NWO was cooking by then.
Right, but I do remember people like, and this is like murmurs later on about it too. Like, don't think I knew the day it happened or a week later. I just remember hearing older wrestling fans talk about it. You know, you start talking wrestling and stuff like that, and then someone would be like, "Yeah, I heard that they did this and they were really upset." And I was like, "Oh, I never heard that." You know, I didn't have a computer back then, all like that, to be online and know all this stuff. Right. So just word of mouth and how stuff travels, man. Very. Well,
I'm gonna say. Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't happen, and the NWO still happens. I don't think the curtain call not happening would have derailed the NWO had the NWO come together the same way it did, and I don't see any reason, Conrad, help me out, I don't see any reason why it would not have come together the same way it did. I would think Eric Bischoff's plan was in place before that day.
Yeah, well, I would hope, unless the third man was Mabel. You know,
right,
that's an
right.
inside joke for people.
Right.
What up, McKinney? McKinney said, "I'm here to talk wrestle with the Fire live chat. My favorite homies on the wrestling circuit, Clash of the podcast, and let y'all know if these boots were made for walking. Wait, these boots were made for walking, but they'll fit in your."
Whoa. What up, McKinney?
What's good, McKinney? And he put, "Let's freaking go." Appreciate you. Kevin Knight is really good. Watched him in TNA. Yeah, check out his New Japan stuff too with Kushida. They're actually a really good tag team. If no curtain call, no Austin 316 and 96. Clown says it too. Stone Cold would have never happened. That Austin 316 promo had no bearing on his success. Remember, not till September, October, he called out Bret Hart. I will say this: Bret Hart was kind of the reason, and that's going to be a topic later today too, in a way.
Miracle.
I think it. Can I say what I think?
Go.
Miracle, I think, is trying to say that yes, while that promo was good and it probably got more eyes on him, I think it elevated Steve, but I don't think that was the thing that elevated Steve like they pretend sometimes.
Just what you said and how you said it is why I'm disagreeing with you, my brother. You just said that the Austin, and maybe it was just a play on words, and maybe I'm kind of like jumping on you unfairly right now. You just said Austin 316 promo was good.
No, not like that. Let me say it this way. It was, in retrospect, it was great. He did a great job.
It was earth-shattering is what it was.
But let's not pretend that, like, where's I wish I had a pencil here. Like Vince McMahon was in Gorilla, and the pencil just fell from like, oh my God, this is the guy. We got to start right now.
We didn't know. No, and I would never give that guy that kind of credit. But the next night, the Austin 316 signs popped up. It began.
Correct.
So what I'm going to say is that Austin 316 specifically, and again, you're talking to a guy who is a born-again Christian. My parents were like, don't you ever say that around us ever. I was like, Mom, Dad, it's just wrestling. I'm Team Jesus all the way. Austin 316 was freaking awesome. And that's coming from me, bro. So what I'm trying to say to you, bro, is that Austin 316 specifically doesn't happen. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But I'm going to agree with what you said. If that doesn't happen, I don't think he gets the match with Bret. I think he's still floating around as the ringmaster somewhere.
Okay, bro. So here we go now. Because now I think we're more on the same page than I even thought we were. Because if Austin 316 doesn't happen and the Bret match doesn't happen,
maybe WrestleMania 14.
Where are we at?
Maybe Ken Shamrock's winning at WrestleMania 14.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
You take a snowball. It has to avalanche sometimes. So Miracle, I think that was actually a really good point, a good talking point that you just made. 100% though, I can agree with that. McKinney said the funny is the story of the guy who snuck the camera in. He was probably like, "We should find you, so hand over the footage."
Yep.
Thanks, pal. Here's a free T-shirt.
Strong arm a little bit.
Right? If the curtain call never happened, no NWO, possibly Hulk Hogan would have led the Dungeon of Doom. Get out of here, Matt.
Emleezy is joking.
If the curtain call never happened, NWO didn't happen, we would have gotten DX. You never know. 316 created its own fire with fans. It was its own movement that changed things. Yeah, listen, I'll tell my 316 story, then we'll keep it moving into the rest of the news bits. My mom was washing dishes in the kitchen. I remember this. I could hear the water and everything. And someone had recorded like Austin, the King of the Ring, and him winning, and he's cutting that promo. He is going in. And all of a sudden, my mom said, "What did he just say?" I'll never forget it. I was like, I'm just watching TV. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Let me give you some even more context, bro. Because I'm a Christian and because my parents are Christians, but this one is more about me. My parents were not having it, but this is where I drew the line. Because you got to remember, at that point, we're old. We're not old. We're like 13, 14, right? At that time? Okay, cool.
Wait, no.
Probably 12.
11, 12.
Okay, so I'm 12, you're 11. Even me, bro, I was like, I can't buy an Austin 316 shirt. I want to, but I can't wear it because I felt like I'd be going against my religion. But even so, I was like, that is, he just said, that was freaking awesome. So again, I don't know. I think the NWO still happens though.
Yeah, no, I think it 100. I think it happens, and I still think that it steamrolls everything. I just wonder, maybe the curtain call added a little more steam than people thought it did. Because internet wrestling stuff was happening back then. Trust me. If you go back to Chris Jericho's debut on Raw, there's Chris Jericho signs in the crowd. How did they know? A lucky guess, I guess? No, they were talking back then. Jocelyn likes the WWF history. I'm just added in stuff like that. Wale sold out. I hope you're talking about Wale Mania, good sir. Imagine Hollywood Hogan, the Zodiac, and the Shark. Yeah, dude. What's up, E? If you don't look at it religiously, it's a great thing. Yeah, no, listen, that line is Stone Cold's one of the best trash talkers you will ever hear. Like, he was really good.
You have to be, and I'm not patting myself on the. Yeah, that's true. You have to be, Deanna, a Christian like me, and that's going to sound like me, like
that sounds crazy. You better fix this.
It sounds like I'm patting myself on the back. What I mean by that is, anybody who knows me, Conrad and I have had private conversations. I am a very dedicated Christian. However, I'm also human, and I'm also a wrestling fan. So when you hear something that epic, now if he had come out, and I'm not going to say this, but I want you to use your imagination. You know what? You say you love Jesus. Jesus can, just fill in the blank, right? That's crossing the line. But a play on words like Austin 316 says, I just whipped your... That's freaking awesome. That is gold, bro. And nobody can tell me different.
As long as he's not beating them in matches, right?
Oh, boy. Oh, God.
We'll save that for another day.
Exactly.
Contract news. Mariah May, Fightful Select, says that her contract may be coming up soon. Some people in AEW believe it's hard to believe that she doesn't have an option year because I guess that's what most of the contracts have. Sean, what do you think, man?
She's leaving.
You think so?
Done deal. Book it.
I don't think so. I think she stays. That's my guess.
Remember what I said. Book it. She is gone. That girl has been waiting her whole life. That woman has been waiting her whole life for this time to strike while the iron's hot. She has never been hotter. I don't think she should. Now, here's the thing. I don't think she should go because she's going to end up in NXT. You know how I feel about that. So don't mistake what I'm saying. I don't think that she should go, but she will.
Yes, I want to give Clown a quick shout out too for mentioning this. If Stone Cold didn't find his voice in ECW, would he have had the tools and confidence to cut that promo? That's a good point. Angry Steve Austin was wonderful. And by the way, my new favorite thing when I hear people talk about wrestling, I got to keep correcting people. Don't start saying Stone Cold couldn't wrestle after he hurt his neck. Stone Cold was a fantastic wrestler before that. I just want people to know,
Stunning Steve Austin was a fantastic wrestler.
Right? What's good, Eric? I see you joining us in here. Let's keep it moving. Yo, love that. Him and Pillman. Hollywood Blondes was my team, bro. Why did they break that up? I have no clue. They should have been in the Four Horsemen with Flair and Arn in '93. And instead, we picked who we picked. I'm not even going to say their name.
There you go.
Free agent Gail Kim, man. Yo, so what happened with Gail Kim and TNA this week, bro? They shook up, man. I thought TNA was doing great. Why would you be switching up management? What's good?
I think that she had some ideas that the higher ups didn't agree with. And I think they were like, you know what? Either we're going to do it our way, or you can rock with us, or you can leave. And I think she was like, at this point in my career, I've earned the money I'm going to earn. I've already done what I've done in my career. I don't need this crap. I'm leaving. I think it was creative differences.
I don't know. Well, she was in the role of talent relations, though. Like,
okay.
Communicating and stuff with the talent.
Yeah, but still, she probably had probably about it. She had a voice. Yeah. And that voice, I believe that voice at one point or another stopped being heard.
Yeah, lots of management changes in TNA. I don't know what to make of it. Also, I don't want people to put too much on the whole, like, oh, it's controlled. They're selling to WWE. I don't think they're selling. WWE is getting whatever they want from them. Why? Who cares if they want to buy them? Why would they? Sean, why would you spend money on something you already got?
Facts.
They're not doing that. In my opinion, I think it's just management changes. You got new people coming in, trying to expand the brand, and they're going to bring their people in. I'm sorry. That's just a sad fact of the corporate world. Congratulations to TNA they signed Maggie Lee. So if you guys are TNA fans, you may want to check out some of her wrestling matches on YouTube and go and look up some stuff for her. She's coming in. I believe Gail Kim was part of the signing for this, like one of the last few things that she got done. So make sure that you guys are checking out. But congratulations to Maggie Lee and congratulations to TNA for adding knockouts to that division because it is needed.
Yes, sir. Staying
on TNA, there is interest now within WWE for Alex Hammerstone per WrestleVotes.
Of course there is.
Hammerstone, I don't know how well. I know he got injured in TNA, but dog. Hammerstone just looks like a WWE guy, though, doesn't he? I've said this since MLW.
He looks like a WWE guy, a big meathead.
Hey, come on now.
Hey, what? That's a WWE. Like, he's big and he's strong. Let's sign him.
Might be the wave. Hold on, we're getting a lot of comments. Hey, yo, what's good, Malik? Appreciate you.
What up, Malik?
I see you in here. Always got to show love to the homie. No Name Wrestling Podcast on Sundays. 5:30 p.m. Check them out.
5, yep.
5. There you go. Don't say I never promoted you. Throw us one back if you ever get a chance. Mariah May needs to stay in AEW. I don't see her being a big deal anywhere else. Austin's matches with Steamboat were fire. Facts. There we go. I like some wrestling historians.
Clash of the Champions, August 1994.
Right? He's saying Tony Khan needs to sign Gail Kim up yesterday and give her that Madison Rain role pronto. TK finna break the bank to keep her Mercedes Monet type money. Hey, listen, the wrestler should be paid more. WWE's the one passing on the giving out the money. They'll wait until they want someone real bad. Gail Kim being let go by TNA is more of TNA buffoonery, not as if letting go of Scott D'Amore was bad enough.
No lies detected, Sir Quills, 100%.
Conrad said, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? That is exactly. Hey, come on now. Dixie's mooning.
Oh, boy.
Appreciate you, man, showing love to the Discord in here. Let me see here. T-Ferg, I agree, Hubs. Mariah is gone. TK should sign Gail. Didn't he trademark All Elite Women a few years back? Have Gail run a women's TV show. I don't think a women's TV show would do that well. I know a lot of people say that, but...
Next thing you know, Gail Kim will be a guest host on LFG.
Right? Okay. I see you, Malik. I'll see you. We might have to talk about that.
Well, Conrad's the executive producer. He makes the decisions.
We will talk about that and we'll get back to you. So.
I'm being real. You think I'm being real, bro?
Yo, why you say meathead best example of Sean Stasiak? He's a doctor now.
What does that mean? No, hold on a second. What is that? Yo,
I'm just saying, don't call Sean Stasiak a meathead.
Shout out to Sir Quills for speaking the truth. What does it matter that he's a doctor now? What is that tidbit of information? Does that counteract Sir Quill's point?
Wait a minute, but why is he a meathead?
He was a meathead in 1999.
His name was Meat, not Meathead.
Let's move on.
We shall. Shout out to the Pretty Mean Sisters.
God, Conrad, please. You're killing me.
Guys, we got to be nice on here a little bit. Now,
here's a guy that looks like a meathead, but he's not a meathead. He's a very talented guy.
Go ahead. You could get this one.
Yeah, shout out to Miro, man. WWE, according to PWC Chronicle, or PW Chronicle, pardon me, WWE are interested in signing Miro. but there is no word on if Miro is ready to sign with the company right now. I like this. That means that he's kind of like, taking his time, but I do think he'll end up back in WWE as well, and he'll be mismanaged like he was the last time. All you got to do is get over it. They'll find a way to wreck your career.
Per Russell votes, but that was Sean's commentary at the end there, not from the quote.
Oh my, you don't have to be so apologetic, bro.
I know, but
you are the PC guy. I admit, you're the PC guy.
Yeah, listen, Miro's gonna do what Miro's gonna do. Whatever at this point for me. I wanted to share. I'm not doing the whole DJ Vlad Swerve thing. Y'all can go look that up. I don't rock with DJ Vlad over here. See, there we go. That wasn't PC. Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful revealed today that Lucha Underground had their talent signed to 7-season deals. Remember this? With no intent on ever producing 7 seasons, Swerve Strickland got a lawyer and paid out of pocket for all of the talent who were bound to those ridiculously long deals and helped them get out of them. Most people didn't know that. Shout out to Swerve, man.
Recognize Swerve is a good dude, bro. Swerve is about.
He was getting slandered on social media this week.
Yeah, I know.
Surprise, surprise.
WrestleVotes puts out on their social media that after speaking with sources, we can confirm WWE is set to bring back the highly anticipated Evolution PLE this summer. The return of the all-women's event is expected to be officially announced before WrestleMania. Credit to Corey Hayes, who had heard rumblings of this rumor weeks back. I'm cool with it. The first Evolution was a success. I didn't like who was in the main event. I thought both choices for the main event, and I'm saying it, Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey were terrible choices, but I think they probably would get it right this time around. See, I don't always knock WWE. I give them credit sometimes.
See, now we just talked about that show. I don't think you could do a TV show of just like women's wrestling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Not for a major company. I think people want a mixture of things. But could you do a pay-per-view? Yeah, absolutely. That would be fine. I thought Evolution was pretty cool, the first one they did. I'm surprised they haven't went right back to it quick enough.
It was good, but when you pick the wrong main event, it kind of tampers it and taints it. But I think they'll get it right this time. You got a plethora of amazing talent: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, so many people that can do some amazing things in a main event of that magnitude.
Right? Oh, Lordy. These guys are going in on the chat. I'm not even bringing up the who's Taker married to and Mickey James comments. I didn't have enough time to gather all that stuff today. We got people yelling Rusev Day in the chat. I don't know. I'd pass on Rusev. He can go to TNA. Better not be no 5-match Evolution PLE.
It probably would be.
Get ready to count those matches, pal, because that's what they're going to do. Anyone peep the tease of Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be SummerSlam night 1 or 2.
Just putting that out there. I want to give props to Naomi this week. Naomi did a tremendous job on SmackDown as well.
Yo, that wasn't a good promo at all.
You didn't like it?
It wasn't a good promo. It was a fantastic promo.
All right, good.
Oh, my God. Shout out to Naomi, man. That was fantastic.
Yo, me and Sean were definitely about to argue on air, on site.
I did that for you, bro. No, that was absolute. She killed that, bro. That was fantastic.
And I'll tell people, if you've listened to me long enough, I've been someone who's been critical of Naomi at points in time. Naomi deserves this. Like, Naomi deserves all the love that she's getting for putting in the work and not giving up on herself. I really hope this is a match at Mania, but we're going to get into that momentarily of matches and things.
And a little bit of a tidbit for you, Conrad. This would be, if Naomi faces Jade at WrestleMania, this would be the first ever, guys, women's match at a WrestleMania with no title on the line. One-on-one, that is.
I'm going in my brain right now.
One-on-one, that is. One-on-one.
Yeah.
I mean, the Battle Royal doesn't count. I'm talking about a one-on-one match where there's no title on the line. There's been tag matches. This will be the first one-on-one match in the history of WrestleMania between two women where a title was not on the line.
Interesting.
Which, by the way, is a fantastic thing. You know, it's no problem having non-title matches as long as they're not the main event. Son of a...
Right. Josh, I just watched that earlier this morning. Let me see here. That's the Naomi I've been waiting on. Good.
Yo, she needs to heal it up, bro.
Yes, my brothers. Yo, Miracle, man. I'm feeling the love, man. Thank you. Fire promo by Naomi. Everyone knows Swerve is a good guy except for WWE, who fired him. This is from E, and then said it's a problem when brothers get paid too much. No lies detected. Naomi finally getting her shine.
What I want, I'm gonna put my co-host on blast right now, and once he hears what I have to say, I'm ready for Conrad to unleash. Does anybody besides me in the chat want Conrad to unleash? And I'm not just talking about I want Conrad to go crazy, because there are certain things like what Elite Easy just came up. Well, Easy E just came up with, talking about how WWE talk crap about him because black men getting paid and all that stuff. I want Conrad to lose his freaking mind. Conrad is too nice. You are too nice.
Cactus, get out of here. He said, give us that SmackDown versus Raw 2008 hate, because when I go on my rants. But no, Sean, here's the thing. You know why I don't get upset about it? Because I'm not surprised.
If you want us to continue to have a show, I respect it.
No, not even just that, but I'm not surprised. Mercedes gets paid too much. Me and Sean get on here every single week since episode freaking 1, and yes, I told Sean that is kind of what today is. It is, everything will always come back to, because the show started, our little pre-show, let's test to see if this is going to work. It was about Vince getting removed, Clash of the Podcast episode 1. Episode 1, you can go back and listen to it, is about Triple H taking over. You could see the timeline of what stuff has happened and what stuff hasn't. There have been times where people say we're complaining too much. I'm sure there's times where people say we're praising this too much. I get it from both sides.
Please.
If you didn't see what Sean just did,
complain about in reference to the complaining too much. We tell the truth is what we do.
Well, and also, even if it's not the popular thing to say, I'm gonna say it. That's what's just gonna happen sometimes. Yep. Keeping it moving, because we do have a jam-packed show. Saraya announced her departure from AEW on her new podcast, Rule Breakers with Saraya. Interesting name. Per Entertainment Weekly. And EW got tagged by Sean Ross Sapp for it. Saraya is leaving, and she would like to continue wrestling. I'm not mad at this. Saraya was trying to find her spot, and it wasn't happening.
Well, let me start by saying Saraya looks amazing. That's not relevant to our conversation, but just saying she looks amazing. And secondly, she is definitely WWE bound. She is going back.
Yeah, hopefully they let her wrestle this time and let her get back into it. And like I said,
stop making references to videotapes that shouldn't be referenced on television, because what people do in their private business should be their private business.
Well, and that should have never gotten out either. But
we agree. That's what I'm trying to say. But you don't perpetuate that on national television.
Did someone mention it? Oh, you're back in the day you're talking about. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't care nothing about that. Saraya is fantastic. If she's going to WWE, good. I hope they find a good role for her. I think she should be in a Big E type role after she's done wrestling, because she makes it seem like she doesn't know how long she has. So, and to me,
she's young though, isn't she? When I say young, 30s.
Yeah. Or I think she might even be late 20s.
Late 20s, right?
She was really young in NXT. Yeah. But when I look at it, to me, she wasn't fitting in AEW. She's not getting any big time matches. If she's just sitting there and she's like, yo, I think I could go back and do something else. Okay. I just think it worked for the few matches, and then we moved past it.
Yo, Easy E is out of control, bro.
Yo.
We can't even talk yo, E, you're
moving on.
Yep.
We're now inducting matches into the Hall of Fame. So forget that Kamala stuff I mentioned. Forget all that other stuff. Right now, the next thing that's going in the Hall of Fame is Immortal Moments. And they have it for Friday, April 18th. Tickets on sale now. Stone Cold Steve Austin will take on Bret the Hitman Hart. in his WrestleMania 13 bout, which was the classic I Quit match. Me personally, I think you could argue that it is in a top 5 WrestleMania matches on anyone's list. I would not be mad at it. Some might even have it at number 1. In my personal list, I usually have it at number 2. But great match. Unbelievable.
I mean, it would take somebody having to fall out of an airplane and doing a elbow drop from the plane to take over my favorite match of all time, which was Steamboat versus Savage. But it is in the top 5. Austin Brett 13 was a top 5 WrestleMania match.
Yeah. How do you feel about matches going in?
I think they're picking for straws because they're not doing the right thing with people who deserve to be there already.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with this, but it's cool.
I'll put it like this. bro. If I'm gonna say, I was thinking about this all week, and it made me smile because it's half funny, half serious. If the natural disasters are in the Hall of Fame, much less demolition, much less teams that we know should be in there already. But if the natural disasters are in the Hall of Fame, you need to put in the Big Boss Man and Akeem.
Akeem should definitely be in. One-man gang, whatever you want to call him. Clown brings up UFC's been doing it for years in their Hall of Fame, putting matches in. Makes sense that WWE's now doing it. They've been talking about this for years, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the first match that goes in. I'm not upset with it. Like, it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not mad, but there's better options. Like you said, Kamala should be in. Demolition should be in. Owen Hart should be in.
I'm surprised no celebrity stuff this year really either. Like,
you know what I mean? Maybe I think somebody threw in the chat, maybe they're trying to put that out and replace it with the celebrity wing part. Maybe.
But interesting that they did that. They put songs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm with this. They put bouts in the UFC Hall of Fame too. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Austin versus Brett is legendary. I remember watching it like it was yesterday where I was watching that match. I was sitting on the floor in my living room, man, with my family and my buddy who came over from across the street to watch WrestleMania 13. And then I remember Sid and Undertaker after that. But yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
What, Sid and Undertaker? Just big dudes. Have you never heard the rumor of what happened in that match? I don't know if it's true.
Well, I don't know what rumor you're talking about.
Some say Sid may have had an accident during that match. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
But I was like, man, imagine going up for that tombstone, brother. Greg Love Taker rocking it, being the champ again. I thought that was pretty cool from someone who saw like when Taker won in 91.
Yeah, shout out to Miracle, by the way. Miracle brought up that take of possibly these matches being the replacement for the celebrity wing.
Yeah. Kamala, the brother did shoots. yeah. Come on now.
Fair enough. Okay.
Put in the Demolition versus the British Bulldogs. Yeah, you listen. If we're gonna start doing matches, you got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of stuff to make up. So
ready? You ready? I know I don't like him either. Do I need to preface I don't like him either when I say this guy's name I'm about to say?
Always.
I have to always preface it? All right. I don't like him either, but Hogan and Andre, Savage and Steamboat, Warrior and Macho from WrestleMania 7.
Warrior and Hogan.
Brett versus Owen. I mean, bro. All the TLC 2.
Yeah, it's endless, bro. Endless. Yeah. Kurt and Sean probably needs to go into to get Kurt back up there.
Mean, Brett HBK, Undertaker HBK, Razor HBK. There's a common theme here.
Hogan Rock.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
What's good, Beach?
Appreciate what up, man.
All love, man. Yeah, see, T-Ferg agrees already. He had it right there with you.
Yeah.
Yes. Good points, everyone. Let's get into the WWE talk now. I want to mark that down here. Let's talk first about the Royal Rumble, man. Royal Rumble winners. I picked this picture on purpose. I know it's not the best quality, but Sean, who's on your screen right now? And you can X out the guy who's holding the pencil.
Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair.
Are either of them main eventing WrestleMania?
No.
All right, so chat, Sean, this is good. Like I said, this will be a controversial episode. What do we think of this. You win the Royal Rumble. People haven't been doing it for years, Sean. I mean, like, let's go down the line, right? Started at WrestleMania 9. Yoko wins. Yoko gets the title shot, right? Mm-hmm. WrestleMania 10. Did Luger get it? I mean, you get wishy-washy there,
but it was still in the ballpark, yes.
I still remember the coin flip with Jack Tunney. Heads! And Luger gets the first title shot.
Like, what are you doing? You got Yoko first, you freaking moron. That doesn't make any sense.
So he got his match first or whatever. So they did decide it. WrestleMania 11. Shawn Michaels did not main event WrestleMania 11.
This is true. HBK. Let's go down the line. You're right.
12.
Let's just go. I'll throw out you can throw out a number and I'll throw out yes or no. You ready? We'll start again. 9.
9.
Yes. Go.
10.
Yes.
11.
No.
12.
Yes.
13.
No.
14.
Yes.
15.
Yes.
No.
15. Oh, yeah, McMahon. Sorry.
Vince won that one.
15. No, sorry about that.
16.
Yes.
That's right. Another funny done one.
Right.
17.
Yes.
18. Probably not the right time to do that.
Shouldn't have been, but yes.
19.
Yes.
20.
Ish. Yes.
21.
Yes.
22.
No.
23.
No.
24.
No.
25.
Yes.
26.
No.
27.
Yes.
Did Cena win the Rumble that year?
No. Edge won the Royal Rumble and he lost to Del Rio.
All right, I'm just making sure. My brain was on point. 28.
No.
29.
Yes.
30.
No. Well, yeah.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
They did the whole add people in.
Yep.
31.
31 is a yes.
It's about to get bad here. 32.
Is a yes because the champion won it.
33.
No.
34.
No.
Not the one.
Yeah.
35.
35. Yes, technically, yes. Because
Becky, right?
Becky won the Royal Rumble, yeah.
36.
Yes.
37.
Yes.
38.
Yes.
39.
Yes.
40.
Yes.
So, does it matter to you guys? Like, should they stop saying it? Should they just say you're going to get a guaranteed title shot?
Well, to not be the bull-faced lying animals that they are, that's what they need to say. I'm so disgusted, bro. Like, you have no idea. You got this man walking around with main event Jey Uso Wrestlemania t-shirts, and he's not gonna main event it. Bro, like, and I'm gonna say it. Oh my god.
Save it, because we're gonna get specifically into the matches, but
it's a bunch of crap. They should say guaranteed title shot because they're liars. They're liars.
And things change, though. I mean, I get structurally sometimes you want to structure the show that way. I'm trying to think if has there ever been one where you struggled, like, what should go on? Like 23, I think, was tough. Like, what should go on last? But honestly,
was tough, and 18 was horribly tough.
Yeah, well, 18, I would have definitely did it.
Right.
You treated Jericho like a joke. Why did you do that? And then, it's okay. And Triple H should have seen what was coming as soon as he saw that match. Oh, no. Next month, I'm about to eat the leg drop, brother.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. People are upset. They should stop saying if you win the Royal Rumble, you go on the main event WrestleMania. Let me see here. Since when does winning the Royal Rumble mean you are not main eventing WrestleMania? Welcome to the club. Yeah, Edge beat Del Rio and retired the next night. Yep. Got to change the wording of it now, McKinney says. I was there for 18, although you could argue Rock and Hogan should have gone on last. However, personally, I always say the main event should be for the title.
I agree with you.
Yes, guaranteed title shot would be better wording at this point. Okay. Just interesting. And there's 2 nights. Like, okay, Sean, if WrestleMania 18 had 2 nights, I would have been like, okay, night 1 will be Triple H and Jericho, and night 2 will be Rock versus Hogan.
Easy.
Done. What?
Easy.
Yo, what are we doing, fam? Like,
and what? Go ahead, Conrad.
No, I just think if you're gonna do that, change it to saying you're getting the title match. All right, Sean, it's your time to shine, man. Like I said, this is the graphic I found for this. As you're gonna see, some of the other graphics, this one and the next one, are not graphics that I have. They won't look like the rest of the graphics. I'm not sure why. Maybe they haven't updated them yet, but. Jey Uso Gunther build, Sean. We just saw it. Raw spoilers may be ahead, so pause us and come back to us if you don't want to hear them. But what did you think, my brother?
I'm so sick of having to talk about this. I'm so like people think that I'm like ready and willing to run and jump and talk about Jey Uso. I'm not. I just want to wait till the match comes in 3 weeks and see what happens. But they put me in these uncomfortable positions every single time, bro. In what world does a non-title triple threat match take the place of a world title match at the top of a card? In what freaking world, bro? Because I'm so sick of WWE. It's so hypocritical. And it's these idiot fans, these idiot hypocrites who talk crap about Jey Uso day after day after day, week after week, month after month. He's only got 4 or 5 moves. He's not that polished in the ring. He's only got a one-word catchphrase. Are you freaking kidding me? I want the people in the back to hear this. He's only got a one-word catchphrase. Are you kidding me? Woo? What? Are you kidding me?
Yeet.
It is such hypocrisy. It is such hypocrisy. And Triple H being
I'm going to just jump in here real quick and say, Sean, but here's the thing. Didn't you want them to listen to the fans before for Jey Uso? Now they're rebelling. I mean, how do you combat that?
Triple H being the person who allows himself to be influenced when he feels like it. And this is one of the times I guess he felt like it. To say, you know what? I'm going to change my mind and have a non-title triple threat match be the main event. And you know who else I blame for this? You know who else I blame for this? You want to get political? Let's get political. I blame Roman Reigns. A man that I love in the world of professional wrestling. I am a massive fan and supporter of Roman Reigns, but I blame Roman Reigns. Are you telling me that before the chat jumps all over me, what does Roman Reigns have to do with this? Well, Roman Reigns is arguably, and probably not arguably, maybe outside of John Cena, maybe the most influential professional wrestler in world wrestling entertainment. And he's also Jey Uso's cousin. Are you telling me Roman Reigns couldn't have spoken to whoever and said, you know what? You can't do this to him, man. You can't do this to him. he needs to be the main event of night 1 at least. We will co-main night 2. We will co-main night 1. If you want it, and this is the brass set for all those who think I'm losing my mind again, let me give you some real talk to chew on. Because whether you're not a Jey Uso fan, whether you are a Jey Uso fan, whether you are a Gunther fan, whether you are not a Gunther fan, you can't tell me, you cannot tell me that the World Heavyweight Championship should not be the main event of at least night 1. Of at least, there's no justification. And Conrad, I'm coming straight after you, buddy, because I blame the hypocrite fans. I blame Triple H. I blame Roman Reigns. And you know who else I blame? I blame CM Punk. You're damn right. I blame CM Punk. Because this narrative for 10 years, I never got a chance to main event WrestleMania. Are you serious? Are you serious? How much more can we put on a silver platter for this dude? And I like CM Punk. I'm a CM Punk fan. But this is wrong, bro. And you know how much more wrong it is? Now, this is strictly me speculating. I'm not speculating about the fact that CM Punk wants to be the main event. But I am speculating about this. So don't say that Sean said anything that wasn't true. This is my opinion. CM Punk went to somebody and said, I want to be the main event. And this is part of his contract or something to that effect. CM Punk pulled some kind of rank. And when CM Punk pulled some kind of rank, Roman Reigns should have stepped in. Or The Rock should have stepped in. Or somebody should have stepped in. Because I'm going to give it back to you on this, Conrad. If you wanted CM Punk to be the main event of WrestleMania, he should have simply won the Royal Rumble.
That was the valid point that I was going to get to. If you wanted these other guys in the main event, then why didn't someone just beat Gunther, take the world title, and make that the world title match then? That would have solved it.
How much more can you botch this thing?
Well,
this is a big cluster. You know what? This is ridiculous.
So can I? All right, let's step in and look at this critically for piece by piece.
Yes, please, because we know we need you to bring me down. So tell me, even though I'm up on 10 right now, tell me what I said that was incorrect.
I don't know how Triple H booked this. Number one, we got to look at the clash between him and
Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. Go ahead, bro.
No. But there's a clash between him and The Rock.
Go ahead, bro.
Of something of creative powers. The rumors are that Nick Khan takes Rock's side on some of this stuff because 1 minute you're clamoring for this dude to be back, then you don't want him back. So I don't know which one it is. You don't mention him on TV for weeks. How do you think that makes Rock feel? And can we mention the history real quick between them? Rock and Triple H have hated each other since Rocky Maivia, Hunter Hearst Helmsley days.
Right.
They do not like each other.
Let me piggyback on how right you are, bro. They still don't like each other, even though they play Kumbaya.
Correct. And they've always played Kumbaya. Hey, how you doing, bud? And you can watch Young Rock and all that. You can get the vibes of, hey, how's it going, Hunter? Good to see you, brother. And then if I could, I would definitely rock his boy, Shawn. Did you ever notice that Rock and Shawn were never on the same shows when Shawn Michaels returned back to the WWE? Pay attention to that.
Good point, Conrad. That's why you're the best, bro.
Because they don't like each other. And there's some booking overruling here. And I don't know who's being listened to or if this is sabotage. Listen, something's going on between them and the head offices, but I'm not involved in it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Neither am I, right?
Now, we're going to move on to Roman. I think Jey Uso's in the spot because of his affiliation with Roman. I don't know how much more you want Roman. Am I wrong, Sean? Am I wrong, though? It's from that story of how he got elevated.
I know what you're saying, bro. You know I love you, man. I get it. But but that insinuates, even though I know that's not what you're trying to do, that insinuates that Jey didn't earn it.
No, I'm also saying
No, stop. let what I said infiltrate your brain. That's an insinuation. You're not trying to. I know that's not your intention, but that saying that insinuates that.
Well, and I'm even saying, what more else do you want? At some point, Roman's got to be like, I got to back off because now they're going to say it's favoritism if I start jumping in for you for everything. Maybe that's the situation. I'm just putting it out there to be fair. Like Roman can't jump in every single time and say, well, I want this. I want this for my cousin. I want that for my other cousin. Because then maybe Jimmy's going to be like, well, what are you going to do for me? And what are you going to do for me? So there's a lot of people involved in that. And chat, I'm going to get to you guys in 1 second. I see some good comments popping up in there. Now, we talk about CM Punk for a second. Phil Brooks.
I think my take was fair, bro.
I don't. I think CM Punk got screwed. Not once, but twice on his WrestleMania main event.
He did, but what does that have to do with Jey Uso?
No, but you did the crying thing, though. He should have been mad. He was mad all those. I need you to lose to Brock. Okay, Vince, who's going to be there the next night on Monday doing Raw? You will. Is Brock going to be there? Well, no, he's taking his time off. Why am I losing then? You're devaluing me. And he knew it was happening and he brought it up. I'm not mad at that. I'm also going to say WrestleMania 29, you put the same match on that you did the year before, and you still didn't let him go out there and main event. And he had the best match with I was there. He had the best match with The Undertaker. Like, what more do you want this guy to do? Now, is he doing that now? I don't know. He says he doesn't care. Does he?
But let me say this, bro. Let me say this. And I think I did say during my runoff that this particular part is me simply speculating. So let me put it in even better terms, so that I think you'll feel me even a little bit more. I'll put the word "if" in front of it. If CM Punk, at any time after Royal Rumble, said, "Hey, listen, I know you said Jey Uso's main event in WrestleMania, but I want a main event WrestleMania. You better make this happen." Or in the words of Jocelyn, it'll be wild that Punk made all this noise and he quits a year after. For the love of God. I'm not trying to put that on CM Punk. I am a CM Punk fan. But this does seem like a power play to me. Brother, and I'm going to give you the full Monty right now. It's all yours after I swear I'm going to zip my lip. It's a non-title triple threat, bro. Non-title. And the World Heavyweight Championship is going to go on first or third or fifth. A non-title.
I understand the frustration. Like, why? Where's the stakes? Where's the stakes at for the matches? But I want to say this for Punk and them as well. This could be a way to satisfy the three people in the main event. How many times have I mentioned what do I call Punk and Seth Rollins the most? Macho Man Randy Savage. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Well, guess what? Here you go. Here's your moment. Because I think Seth's got to be tired of it. Sean, how long? He championed this company through horrible times. And he's probably sitting up there, where's my cake? When am I getting something? I'm tired of doing this. I go out there and bust my backside every single night for you doing these 5-star matches.
You notice I didn't say nothing bad about Seth Rollins.
No, but I'm just saying, but he should be in this too. I bet you he's back there complaining too. Like, yo, where's my time? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Punk's lobbying like, yo, I really want a good spot on here. What are we doing for us for WrestleMania? And they went with this. And it's like, it goes back to what happened at the Royal Rumble. If you didn't want Jey to main event, you should have gave it to someone else. And we still would have been fine with it. But you made this choice. You stuck with it. And people were like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. And can we say part of this is on Jey too, Sean? Like, I don't know if you feel like the botches were on purpose or if you're taking it as the botches were put in as part of the storyline.
Conrad, you've known me for years. I would not ever insult your intelligence that way. The first botch was definitely an accident. The second one was on purpose.
The over the rope one, you mean?
The over the rope one was a botch. Okay. The attempted spear where he tripped, that was staged.
Okay. So looking at this, and I'm going to the chat now. Hold on. Before I go to the chat, I want to go to you one more time. Do you think that part of this is on Jey too for losing the steam, or are you saying it's book? I know it's more than just Jey involved in this, but do you put anything on Jey? Like, man, Jey, you got to be nailing this stuff if you're doing these moves for the road to WrestleMania.
I would say this, Conrad. I would say, and I, because you're a smart guy, I would say, I know you're not saying this, but I will go hypothetical on you. If you or anyone else said that Jey Uso should lose his spot at WrestleMania in the main event because he botched an over-the-top rope dive, that would be the most ridiculous take I've ever heard in my life.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that...
And I know you're not saying that. You know, who the hell... Like, are you kidding me? And I've seen that, too. Not from you. These moronic keyboard warriors who are doing nothing but sitting up here trying to sabotage. I'm serious, bro. Sabotage this man's career are like harping on that botch over the top rope. You know what else they harped on? They harped on him the night after Royal Rumble when he stumbled over his words, when he was crying in appreciation for his moment. They were making fun of him. Now, you tell me, now this goes right into the Sir Quills category, right into the Guy Will Gamble category, sometimes in the McKinney category. Why are they dogging that man like that?
I appreciate a real Raw promo versus anything scripted.
No, but answer my question. Because there's a certain reason why I think people are dogging him like that. But when I say that, oh, Sean's taking it too serious. Oh, because I get this on my social media all the time. Yo, Sean, man, you can't always play that card, bro. You can't always go there. No, I can't always go there. But when Bianca Belair and Jey Uso are getting ridiculed like dogs on the internet, what am I supposed to think?
And we'll get to Bianca. That's a separate issue too. But listen, let me see. Let's see what the chat's saying in here real quick. So I'm at McKinney right now. He said, Sean, I'm going to tell you this. If they pull the trigger and put the belt on Jey Uso, the energy will be sucked out of that building with all the eating, no matter where he is on the card. I don't know if you're following that up with the dislikes that happened on that YouTube video. Like, once again, the fans are telling them, like, do not put this on. Like, they're basically trying to tell you that. Like, that's not... I don't know what the message is being sent. But then again, when they go to the arena, I don't see anybody booing Jey Uso. I see everybody.
And you know what? And let's go. And we're going to go into the Bianca Belair thing in a minute, like you said. And I'm talking about the European crowds. The European crowds have been cheering Jey Uso also. So there is no all these internet. You know something, bro? If you haven't had sex in your life, then you shouldn't have any comments for the internet. Okay? No. Because there comes a point. No, I'm serious. There comes a point where if you haven't seen a naked female's butt yet, then you need to shut up and get a life. That's where I'm at with it. You're 40 years old. We have female listeners as well. Or the opposite way around. You know I'm not being no sexist. You know that.
I had to clarify for the ladies that listen.
You know that, and the ladies know that too. You know I'm not no sexist. If you haven't seen a naked butt yet and you're 40 years old, shut up. Get off the internet and go find yourself somebody.
Clown said you would think Roman would want to give it up now that he's main evented Mania 10 times. I can't remember the number he's at. It's getting up there though. Let me see here. We mentioned that. Wasn't HBK a brother in Young Rock? Yes, he was, and they had to change his name. Deanna said a lot of rerun booking. That Taker built was 2 weeks versus Punk. I was there when Punk won the match to get that match. It was at Old School Raw in Buffalo. Crazy week of events. I went to that Raw. Then like a week or two later, I went to a Joe Buttons concert. Then I left to go to New Jersey to go to WrestleMania. Kevin Owens got Stone Cold at Mania when he resigned. I hope Punk got a WrestleMania main event signing with the First Galactic Empire. Let me see here. Jimmy said the best thing that happened for Jey was that he got hurt and that he would be a tag team for life. Jey got the push now, no matter what. Jey should be the WWE champ.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins broke his back for WWE.
Yep.
That's from Matt.
Yep.
They are storylined, making Jey weak, but he's not. I don't know if they're falling back on the OG Roman versus Jey, but tougher than that. This is Rocky 4, man. I think I told that to Miracle earlier in the chat. This is Rocky 4, the storyline. They moved Jimmy over from SmackDown because #WhatDraft. They moved Jimmy over from SmackDown to feud with Gunther. Gunther bloodied him up tonight, and he definitely did that because it's supposed to be he's Apollo. He's the sympathetic character. Like, I can't believe you did that to my brother. Now this is going to light the fuse on Jey. They added steam to this finally because of this long, let's make WrestleMania on Easter. Me and Sean have also said like our issues with this. You've extended WrestleMania. So now you have more weeks of nothingness because you're just trying to fill time. Now Jey should be able to heat stuff up, and he wants to see that right-hand man, Jey Uso. Now Jay's going to be talking big crazy like, yo, I'm a dog walk you when I see you, Gunther. Yeah. You're getting cooked. You're going to lose. I'm telling you right now. That's on me and my people. But I'm afraid all those dislikes, the things that you mentioned, Sean, if they do this and he loses, he's done. Done. Like, people aren't going to want to see no more world title shots. He's in that Chad Gable territory. You either do it now or you don't do it at all. Make the choice.
Jey Uso loses on Saturday night, April 19th, or Sunday night, April 20th. Jey Uso's world championship careers are over.
If he loses, yeah. Game over. Matt says, I believe Roman, Triple H, and Punk, and it was probably promised in his contract, the WrestleMania main event. But you still have time. To me, and Sean, can I put a little hope into this a little bit? Let me sprinkle a little dash of hope.
Give it to me.
Did you see how mad Seth Rollins was when they announced that he was main eventing WrestleMania? What is Seth Big Dogs? It says, no, I'm not going to wrestle on this show tonight. Like, I would open up WrestleMania like that. I'm not going on this show tonight if you let him main event. Seth, you don't want the extra payday? No. Why? Because if either of those two get to main event, I know it makes them happy, and I would rather make them miserable than to get extra money.
And I'm on my way to the ring right now.
And if he doesn't show up, I'm not coming back for the rest of the night. What did you, bro? Goosebumps. Like, it makes sense.
I like that, bro. You just came up with that just now?
Yeah.
Good for you. And they pay us nothing, and they're coming up with this crap and getting paid millions.
Jey Uso will not be live yet. There's no drop off in live attendance. Hubs is getting real with these IWC versions. What up?
I don't know what IWC means, but
Internet Wrestling Community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anytime those keyboard warriors, that's when we write IWC. That's who it is.
I love you too, Deanna. I'm just having fun. But these people, these internet trolls, make me look. And Lazy, forgive me, bro. I don't know, man. They're just, it's out of control. Oh, easy.
Hubs going after their V card sacred. It's all the internet keyboard warriors because when you listen to the crowd, I don't hear any boos. That's what I'm saying. All the single ladies, all the married ladies.
Oh, she used my line. Nice, Jocelyn.
Yo, I think he won the Rumble to placate y'all. Let me see. The 2 nights of Mania and no room for Jey. Wow. He's sounds like he's kind of with you on that. Roman main event at 9 WrestleManias. This will be his 10th, and this is his 6th straight in a row. They made him the guy. Yeah, that sounds fire, Conrad. Seth basically protesting.
Yo, can I say something to you, Conrad? It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow the chat's mind. Ready? Jey Uso versus Gunther is not the highest profile match on WrestleMania. Jey Uso versus Gunther probably is less interesting on paper than Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Bet you thought you'd never hear me say that. But you know what? You can't go back in time and act like he didn't win the freaking Royal Rumble. That's my issue. And I'm going to say it again, bro. If you wanted CM Punk to be the main event, why didn't he win? I was very happy when Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. I was darn near in tears. We all know how I feel about the bro Jey Uso. But if you didn't want him the main event, why did he win the Royal Rumble?
Unless it's leading to something bigger. And I'll save it for when we do our predictions.
Jesus Christmas. It's ridiculous. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? That you have one guy win the Royal Rumble and the other 3 guys who were predicted to win, including John Cena, are in a non-title triple threat match?
And think about this. Not only is it for him, but it's also for the other Rumble winners, the other women's world title matches. So we're not going on last either. Think of how they feel.
I'm glad you brought that up too, because we need.
Well, hold on. Let's go through this because we're going to talk about each one of these real quick that we have. This is a custom one, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, was it announced as it's a street
that's the thing, bro. I don't think it's been I mean, we know it's going down, but I don't think it was announced.
Okay, so ignore this graphic kind of, but I found someone who made it.
You're on the money, bro.
It says street fight match at the top, though. I think someone's fantasy booking a little here. Okay. But this match is going to happen some way, somehow. I think it's a little below what Drew did all year for someone who had the best feud of the year, that he's just kind of in a...
disrespect Damian Priest.
I'm being honest here, though, Sean. The guy you worked with Punk all year, and now you're like, it's Mania. What you got for me? And they're like, so remember the guy who beat you last year? We're going to go back to that. And it's like,
This is complete. Thank you, Quills. This is complete hypocrisy, bro. I'm sorry. Let's move on. No, you're right. Because I want to give proper respect to this match, too.
Let me see here. And they kind of heated it up a little bit to where I'm a little more interested in it with the glass spot on the car with Priest slamming Drew through the car. Cool. I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about this. Like, I'm more interested in it than I was last week. So You're doing all right. Delayed Grass says Roman versus CM Punk Seth is the bigger match due to star power. Cody is getting Super Cena, so Jey Uso getting Gunther will be the best of the rest match.
And you know what, Delayed Grass? Shout out to Delayed Grass. I agree with you. That's the thing people don't realize. I don't even think you get that, Conrad. I agree. Jey Uso versus Gunther is not as marquee as Roman versus Punk versus Seth. I agree. That's not the
It's point. The booking. It's the booking. Why did you book it?
That's it. I never said, if I said Jey Uso versus Gunther was more interesting than Roman Reigns versus Seth versus CM Punk, I'd be a freaking moron. Now, the fact that it's non-title kind of annoys me, right? But I'd be foolish if I said something like that. It's not about that. It's about the fact that the Royal Rumble winner gets secondary billing.
Yeah, I mean,
I've said from day one, Conrad, you be my witness. Put yourself back on camera, bro. You be my witness. I have said for the longest time, and tell the whole world if I'm lying, bro, that the women's Royal Rumble winner should be night 1 main event, and the men's Royal Rumble winner should be night 2 main event. I have said that for years.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what does winning the Royal Rumble mean? So you're telling me now John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber is more important than the Royal Rumble winner? If that's the case, why didn't John Cena win the Royal Rumble?
Goes back to what I've been saying about the draft. It goes back. Remember how I said this is going to encompass everything that we've talked about throughout? Why have a draft, Sean? What does it matter if the belts are separated if you view them in a certain order? Why did you have Cody beat Gunther? You shouldn't have did that because it devalued that championship.
You're 100% right. And let me go off on something else, bro. Let me start talking about something else other than Jey Uso because Sean's kind of right about Jey Uso, but he only talks about Jey Uso. You want to talk about CM Punk? You want to talk about how CM Punk is in tears because he's getting a main event slot, which he deserves, a main event slot, but no championship? You want to talk about how Roman Reigns has been booked lately? You want to talk about how Seth Rollins has been booked lately? You want to talk about how Cody Rhodes has been booked lately? Are we happy with the direction of these superstars? Forget Jey Uso. Are we comfortable with how LA Knight, the United States Heavyweight Champion, has been booked? Are we happy with how Tiffany Stratton has been booked?
She did bounce back, I will say.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, this is not just about Jey Uso, bro.
Oh no, dude, I fully agree. What did I tell you about the whole CM Punk thing? Like, dude, you're making a mistake. You're taking away a story for yourself in the future. Why would you give him the main event now versus making him wait for it? I personally think they should wait. CM Punk walked by on Drew was hilarious. Real glass. Oh, here we go. Stardust is headline in Mania. Bloodline #1. Where's the story? Delayed Grass had a hot take. He said, because of Gunther's skill and Jay's energy, it'll be a better match than Cody versus Cena and the Roman Punk Seth triple threat.
That is a hot take, Delayed Grass, and I hope you're right. By the way, should we make the announcement right now? I think we should. We should make at least one of them. We have a huge rundown of stuff coming for you guys. Myself, Conrad, individually as well as collectively, are going to bring you some amazing content. But part of our ongoing coverage of WrestleMania weekend, ladies and gentlemen, I will be live as part of a watch-along. It's not going to be a full watch-along, but during WrestleMania weekend, I will be live for exactly one match. I'll give everybody a guess which match that will be. I will be live for one match during WrestleMania, and I would like you to watch along with me, and I will let you have a guess about which match that will be. It's certainly not anything that's going to surprise you. Exactly.
I wish I had the CM Punk Kenny Omega match for All In still up. I would have been like...
By the way, you're more than welcome to join me, Conrad, if you have time. But I know we have other stuff going on.
Yeah, I might be.
Yeah, it's all good.
You know, you pick Easter weekend. I don't know what else is happening.
Well, listen, thank God that I have a little bit of pull in my church because I do some stuff in my church. Church services have been church services are working out where I can watch the show live. Mom's Easter dinner has been moved around. Like, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
I don't really have a lot to say about some of these other ones. I mean, we'll get into them during the weeks, but I think we've mentioned it.
Look at Emily.
Hubbs will be live for Charlotte versus Tiffany. Never ever should have done the Cody versus Gunther match. The entire world knew it was a consolation prize. Now you prove it. Yep.
McKinney, you're right, and Conrad was right a long time ago when he said Quills. That was funny though. You got to admit that was funny.
Jocelyn said, "If I don't have to go in, I'm gonna be up just to see your reaction."
Jocelyn, you're always welcome. I gotta go. Listen, chat. Is there any doubt that I have to go live for that match? Come on.
No, you have to. You have to. We kind of mentioned these other ones in talking about it, so I'll save these for now. But you still got Charlotte versus Tiffany, and I told Sean, notice that these graphics are up for other people, but still, there's not the Jey Uso one yet. Curious.
Yeah, true. I mean,
Orton, Kevin Owens, cool. Like, I get it. This is you're not in the world title, but you're still facing someone who we see as a main eventer, type of match. So whatever. We mentioned the triple threat. Cena and Cody.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Where's Sami Zayn?
Remember everybody was all worried about Sammy taking shine and doing that. They don't like him. He's even said it in interviews. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of not in the plans. So he knows that. I don't know what more you want the guy to do, but I don't think we see Sammy until the night after now. Right. I don't know what this is, but Cody Rhodes, John Cena, we saw them. I'm more interested in the match. I guess I'm just giving quick thoughts because we're probably not going to see Cena anymore. I'll say this, guys. Like, people were all like, yeah, they did great tonight with Cody and them. I still don't understand why Cody's not punching this dude. Do you think of the beatdown at Elimination Chamber? Remember it.
Did you watch Raw?
I did. I know what he did afterwards.
Okay.
But this has been for weeks, bro. There's been no fights, no beat. Right. I am going to come after you immediately. And he's been out there talking, and they're all talking. And someone was like, well, it's Cody. He's a good guy. They tried to explain it to me. I'm just like, weak sauce in my. Would Dusty Rhodes have done? Hey, Road Warriors, I know you stabbed me with a spike in my eye, but I want to tell you I'm disappointed in you. These fans love you. Like, no, Dusty, get out there, hit him with the cowbell.
Hey, Horseman, I know you broke my leg when I was trying to help your leader, Ric Flair, but listen, I got a couple things I got to get off my chest.
Let's talk, baby, if you will.
Well, let's call a spade, something that you're not going to say because you're a smarter guy than I am and more radio smart than I am. Maybe Cody's not the same man his father was.
Perhaps.
I mean, no shade, but come on.
I'll say this: that tonight they did an excellent job in making me more interested in the match. I thought that they did something different, but now we have no more build-up. So I hope that they're filming stuff. Shout
out to Cloud13Z4 Tweezy. He says that he hears Cena is still playing for one more SmackDown. I did not hear that. I thought this was it until Mania. But maybe you know what I'm guessing? Let's split the difference. John Cena via satellite.
Yeah, do something. To get him on. And I'm sure he shows up. Like, let's surprise people. If Cena doesn't beat Rhodes at WrestleMania and 17. This heel turn will be a complete fail unless there's a bigger plan that impossibly makes sense. Cena needs to beat Rhodes.
Not only am I going to agree with Quills on that, I'm going to add a question to that because I think what Quills said was right on the money. Where the heck is The Rock?
They just mentioned him tonight too. Like, I'm not mad at the match. I'm not mad at the build. I'm not mad at the choice. I'm more upset with. Actually, I'm a little mad at the build. I'm taking that back. I'm more upset that you're not acknowledging the things of how we got here and why we made this big change to have someone join The Rock and sell their soul. What are we doing? Like,
there you go, bro.
You got to follow this up. And I hope that there's some stuff with The Rock at WrestleMania. Like, I hope he's in his corner. I hope, like, Travis Scott comes out and then there's whatever this is going to be. I know he's doing the whole, this is for the I'm going to be your final world champion and all that. We'll see.
By the way,
for the record, I was not mad at the little AEW pot shot. I was like, that was fine. That was fine.
By the way, side note, but important note, Cena and Orton both advertised for Backlash in St. Louis on my birthday.
Could be the title match one last time, Cena Orton, because God knows I can remember being sick of that match, and I still kind of am talking about it today. I'm like, oh, not again.
But this time with the little switcheroo.
Yeah. Cena cooked Cody. Cody has some good one-liners, but we all know who won that battle. What was the point of The Rock? They haven't mentioned him until now. AEW needs to stop talking about WWE. It's fine. I'm not stressing it. They were having fun. Whatever. I'm not thinking about it. We're gonna talk some Dynasty here in a second. Real quick, Dark Side of the Ring, Sean. I don't think we have to go super long on this one. This one is referring to the Hell in a Cell match. Not the first one, but the second one on pay-per-view. King of the Ring. I happened to see this one live, not on purpose. I went to a friend's house after playing basketball. I remember my hands being dirty. I remember washing the hands in the sink with my buddies, and we're all talking like, yeah, good basketball game. Yo, is that wrestling? Who ordered King of the Ring? We never found out who ordered King of the Ring at my buddy's house. I'm sure it was one of his bad cousins or something. But I remember everybody was there. And I think Rob was there too, actually, which is crazy. And we were watching, and we came in right during this match. I think it was like the King of the Ring finals had just happened with Rock and Shamrock. And then I'm like, oh, here it comes. The Hell in a Cell match. I'm like, yeah, let's see what's going on with this. Mankind Undertaker, bro. We know JR's classic calls. That man's broken in half. Getting thrown off the cell is crazy work, fam. Crazy work going through the top of the cell. I believe it's capped for some of it. The whole, like, we didn't know it was going to break.
Yeah, exactly. Some of it's capped for sure.
Yeah, but greater story being told. Foley's tooth going through his nose. Like, Mick Foley was crazy for this. And I think he always had to try to top himself after this, which... what he put his body through for this, I don't know. And even as Cactus Jack, if you watched him as a kid, you were like, what is this guy doing? Like, he is insane.
I have two things to say about that documentary. Number one, it made me respect The Undertaker even more and made me respect Mick Foley. I mean, I've always respected both of them, but even more now, especially Mick Foley. Undertaker goes without saying, but Mick Foley, amazing. And number two, a little bit of a lesson from Dr. Hubbard. That tooth did not go upward towards his nose. That tooth, it was theorized on the documentary. I believe he got his teeth knocked out. The tooth was swallowed and came up through his nail passage and down.
Because there's no other way. Like, I don't see how
would it go upward. That doesn't make any sense. But I say that to say this, not to disparage it. I say it to say, holy crap, he swallowed a tooth and it came out of his nose.
And think of what JR's call. He's smiling and he likes it. And I was like, yo, credit to JR for what he did there. I lost my mind seeing that pay-per-view. What a night when JR said, good God almighty, they killed him. Always wonder who was they.
Probably, you never know. Maybe some realness came out of JR in that comment, Miracle. Maybe he was talking about like Vince and his staff. Like they took it too far.
Yeah, Undertaker work with a broken ankle in that match. Yeah, Taker was bugging too. He shouldn't have dropped down. Why did you drop down? That was some video game stuff right there. Tooth broken. He inhaled it at the same time. That's how the tooth ended up in his nose. Right, I'm with you in Clown.
Yeah, it went up he swallowed it and it came out through his nasal passage.
Yeah, that's how legend has it. What do you think, man? Legendary match, wild thing to do, right thing, wrong thing. I mean, this goes back into the Moxley and the Spike thing. Like, what's too far and what's not? It's his body, but
this match opens up a can of worms as it relates to the Hall of Fame. Just like the new portion of Hall of Fame with WrestleMania matches, if they ever extend it past WrestleMania matches, this to me would be the first match in. But then that opens up a whole whirlwind of different possibilities, and it's like you're going to oversaturate. But if there was a wing for a non-WrestleMania match, this would be number one, first ballot.
Yeah, unforgettable when it comes down to that. And I thought it was really sad hearing about like the stories after they brought up the Royal Rumble, and Mick sometimes can't remember like where he lived when he would drive home and stuff like that. That's very sad and like scary to think about for his family. Because I was gonna say in 10 years, like what's his quality of life gonna be?
Well, I want to thank you because you just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm saddened to hear it about what's going on now. I'm saddened, but I'm also extremely concerned and worried about what could be to come. Yeah.
Prayers up for Mick Foley, though. I hope he's all right and doing well.
And prayers up to The Undertaker as well. But clearly The Undertaker is doing a little bit better.
Taker's living large, yelling at people on their TV shows.
LFG, yeah, exactly. No, but shout out. I mean, Mick Foley has done more. You know, you guys, Conrad, you've heard me talk about resume. Like, imagine if that guy never got his world title. I mean, just imagine. Now, I'm not comparing. Oh, here we go. Here's Sean's going crazy. I'm not comparing Jey Uso to Mick Foley. But I'm just saying, when you earn it, I mean, like Scott Hall, Owen Hart, Kurt Hennig, people lived and died and never got their moment. It's important to give people their moment. And I'm so happy that Mick Foley got his.
Yeah. McKinney brought up, got the pay-per-view at me and my homie's crib. He was in the shower, and the way we were shouting and screaming, he came out the shower to towel to see what the commotion was. Listen, that match went crazy. Listen, my friend's parents came in the room to watch it too. They didn't even ask who ordered. They were like, "What is going on in this wrestling match?" We're like, "It's the craziest match we've ever seen." They threw him off the thing, and then we thought he was leaving because he got hurt, and then they put him on the stretcher, and then he got back up, and then Terry Funk was like, "Why'd you do chokeslam to Terry Funk?" They're like, "Get out of here." And all Foley was thinking about was, I got to get to the tax spot. That is crazy to know. Like, he wasn't even with it.
He is nuts in the best possible way. God bless him.
Shout out to Pro Wrestler Shoot. I see they are in the house. What's up, Jesse?
What up, Jess?
Yeah, make sure you check us out, man. But here's the schedule coming up for, I got second half first. So Foley was one, like I mentioned. Ludwig Borga will be two, and then after that we'll have Big Van Vader. So during WrestleMania season, me and Sean are going to try to add these in for coverage purposes, as long as Sean gets to see it as well. I think you're good on Tuesday nights, right, to watch these?
Yeah, it's rock and roll.
Yeah. Is that the Ludwig Borga music?
Let me cook.
Someone turn that stove off now.
One finger.
That we ended Tatanka's streak for that.
Yeah, the exit only thing is crazy. Oh God, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not going to talk about that too much, but that's nuts. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Let's go over to the AEW side of things real quick. Kevin Knight, man, is all elite. Big signing for AEW, I think. You may not see it right away. This guy may end up on Ring of Honor for a little bit. It doesn't matter, though. I think Kevin Knight is someone with a huge upside, tremendous potential, and I'm glad he's in AEW. Good for him, man. I thought he had a really good showing against Jay White on Collision.
Super, super solid signing.
Yeah, the level of talent for that brother is super amazing.
Astronomical, yes.
Dynasty happening Sunday, April 6th. You can watch on Triller TV like we usually do, or you guys can get it on pay-per-view. I think it's on Amazon. It's everywhere. Go to their website.
But TrillerTV.com is the best option.
Absolutely. Now, I want to talk rumor matches here first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to do it.
That is on the table, but we don't know if it's official.
I think because it sounds like they're going to throw their name in the Owen Hart Foundation Men and Women's Tournament. Mm-hmm. And this year, Sean, can I just say?
Oh, boy. I know what you're going to say.
It's looking pretty stacked.
Yes,
and these are just the beginning names. This isn't the final. So you've got Jay White, Hangman Page, and Will Ospreay all have thrown their names in. They all have history with Swerve and Moxley. Yep. Very interesting. Then you also have Jamie Hayter, who could be on her redemption story to getting back the world championship because Toni Storm kind of became it when she went out.
Yes.
And you've got the Billie Kay story with Athena, but also you got her and Mercedes both in this. Could they meet here? Do you tease it and then you don't have it happen? It's interesting. Is it for the TBS title? Is it for the Ring of Honor title?
It's for all the titles.
All the gold, pal. The real world's champion.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for both. Man, that's how you gotta do it.
My man Miracle says Sean knows the song nice.
I know a lot of Miracle. I appreciate you, bro.
Sean is Royal Rumble on Sega. When you hover over the person, Sean will just start doing that. I'm walking here. That's you got to go in the archives to hear what was Bret Hart doing with his hands.
I'm walking here. I love it.
Kevin Knight, great signing. Kevin Knight to AEW, that's what's up. Kevin Knight was a huge signing. WWE is definitely plotting the tamper. I heard they were kind of mad that he didn't pick them. Yep. Dynasty, let's go. Athena versus Monet should happen at All In.
I'm not mad at that idea. I agree with you, Gratz. I think they can hold it off that long.
Either they're going to hold it off until that match for there, or they're going to do a best of three. And I think the first match is going to wind up being a draw.
Okay.
Imagine canceling each other out of the tournament.
Oh, boy. And then that's a good one. See, look at you booking up the storm, bro.
Lex Luger at Tatanka, the narcissist at Tatanka, the time limit draw. One time WWF had a time limit.
And Lex Luger, I'm going to make fun of him because he's still living. God bless him. I can make fun of him because he's still with us. I want 5 more minutes. No, you don't. Shut up. You don't want 5 more minutes. You barely got out of there with your freaking attack. You don't want 5 more minutes, Lex.
If I was a pro wrestler, I would do the funniest stuff when it comes to this. I'd be like, you know what, man? I don't want 5 more. I'm blown up. I'm tired. I want to go home. I barely got out of here with my undefeated streak intact. I'm leaving. Do not ask me to come back. Right?
And then Tatanka with his moronic self. He dances around the ring, doesn't pay attention, and Lex Luger knocks him out with the forearm. Great job, Tatanka.
Matt also brought up Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander have also put their names in the Owen.
Oh, who cares?
The stories are there for them too, though. Thunder Rosa never lost the title either. She's got the same story as Jamie. I never lost the title. I never got a rematch.
You know how I feel about Chris Statlander, bro.
I like Stat. So me and
I know you do. I don't see what you see, bro.
Billy Starks, not Billy Kay. Who said Billy Kay? One of us probably did. Sorry, there's 100 Billies. Billy Gunn, Billy Starks, Billy Kay, Rockabilly. It's all the same. We're here. All right, we're rocking with him. Apologies to Billy Starks. Apologies to Billy Kay as well.
Billy Ocean.
You guys are just Caribbean. Let me see this. McKinney. All right, McKinney. McKinney, as soon as I see this, here we go. I know people don't want to hear this, but AEW needs to turn ROH into the junior division to give small guys a place to shine or create a new show until they fit into the main title divisions. I will say no to that. Let ROH be ROH, man. It'll be fine. We'll see what happens for that show. Hot take, Megan Bay needs to beat Toni Storm in a complete squash, silencing the crowd. Hey. You said it, CJ. My bad. Well, listen, I talk a lot of pro wrestling, and my brain gets jumbled. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. Hubs, how come you never like the bigger girls in stables, the mommies?
I love Rhea for example, but I just don't think Chris Statlander is that entertaining. Like, I mean, if you want to talk big girls, and I mean this with a lot of love because I think she's very attractive and very talented. I'm sure you're talking about tall, but like. I love Willow Nightingale, right? I mean, I love Rhea. I like a lot of bigger statured women in wrestling. I just think Chris Statlander, forgive me, God, I think Chris Statlander is boring.
I like Stat. I like the more than a woman thing. Like I said, I'd had her come out to Aaliyah one time, but that's just me talking. Yeah, I used to love that beat though. So when I
got a soundtrack for y'all, man.
going into it, all right, let's get into this card real quick. These are the official matches. The officials. TNT Championship match. This goes against the wrestling trope of why don't you do this all the time? No time limit, no outside interference. Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole, they have sent both of their groups to the back. It's just going to be them straight up in a one-on-one match here. What do you think, Sean? Garcia better as the chaser or as the champ? What do you do here?
I think Daniel Garcia retains. I think it's good for him to retain. I think at this point, dropping the title to Adam Cole would not make much sense. That's my opinion. I say Daniel Garcia walks in with the belt and walks out with it.
I don't think he has to retain, but I'm not sold on it yet either, though. Like, I could go either way on this one.
When I think about Adam Cole, I think about my how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, it just that sucked for him though. Just diving off a stage, hurt his ankle, then it was really bad. You know what I mean? Lose your girl, like everything just fell apart for him.
Be clear, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying that's the card he's been dealt.
Yeah. Let me see here. Cole Garcia should retain. I don't know. See, yeah, I say Cole. I'm leaning towards Cole a little bit too to freshen him up. And Garcia doesn't need the belt. Like he's had it for a while. He's put on great matches.
I wouldn't be mad if Adam Cole won. I don't see it, but I could be wrong.
Maybe. Like I said, to me, you could mess with that one. There's plenty of ways to go. On this day, I see clearly.
Yes.
The rated FTR are going to challenge the Death Riders for the titles. Now, they've been doing... By the way, no, hold on. I'm getting on camera to say this about Collision. Dax Harwood did a tremendous job putting over the officials' job, the security team's job, Wheeler Yuta, and getting across his storyline and storyline progression. I just wanted people to know he did 5 things in one match.
No, he did. Shout out to Quills. I see you, Chris Blandlander. I like that.
Hey, come on now. A little harsh.
Little accurate is what it is.
This is hate, folks.
Oh, this is not hate. This is accuracy, bro. Let's move on. Okay.
Going back to this, Dax Harwood did all those things in the match. He did not. He beat up security, but security did their job. They restrained him, which usually doesn't happen. Right. The referee said, "Hey, you better get out my face. I made the decision. That's it. You lost." He got pinned with the seatbelt pin. I get why people get mad at that. Like, you rolled me up. This is garbage. Yuta got a win, helped him. I thought it was great. Collision, banger show. Every match was meaningful and every segment was entertaining. I enjoyed Collision. It's been really good since they got rid of Rampage. I'm not going to front. But what do you think here, Sean? Like, do you do the tease of them getting the belts? Is this a long-term thing? I mean, to me, we don't have much time for what I think the executed vision is.
Well, I think this should be the death of the Death Riders, and I think it starts with rated RKO, or it's going to be rated FTR, rated ABC, becoming the new Trios Tag Team Champions.
I don't think they do that. I think that the story here is going to be they lose, and Dax is going to kick his leg out of his leg. It's going to be the frustration, and Cash is going to be like, you know what?
Rated FTR, rated CPR, rated AAR, Lakers in 5.
Yeah, rated concerto to this guy. Okay. I think they put a beat down on him, and eventually they get sick of it. And you know who else I think is going to have to come save the day? Is there someone out there? I'm just putting it out there.
They should get back together. And you know what I would love to see them get back together?
See you in Texas.
Yeah, I would. But
That's
I would
the match.
See them get together. I'd love to see them get together as heels.
I think that could happen eventually, but for now, people are gonna love it. I think they're gonna go crazy for it because we never got it when we should have gotten it before, minus the little Del Rio run.
Yeah.
We got Megan Bayne taking on Toni Storm. Megan Bayne has been booked very strong, very strong. She even shrugged off Toni Storm's hip attack in the corner.
Megan Bayne has been very impressive. I do not think it will materialize into a championship win, but I like the way they made this match mean something.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And some people said, like, if she wins, I could definitely see the silencing of the crowd happening, and they're just out there like, wow.
Yes, sir.
That's what we did. So, yeah. Death Riders retain, causing more frustration. Anyway, I want the trios titles on the Ops. Yeah, someone else is winning those trios titles, Quills. I'm with you on that. I'd rather have Team Sesame Street beat the Death Riders.
That's
okay, Shannon Sharp, laugh out loud. I knew you were going there, Hub.
I got you, bro. FTR, CPR, DVR. Lakers in 5.
McKinney said Cope's gonna get jumped, dude, by FTR. We're wasting time with you now. We're at the bottom of the division. Yeah. This is gonna be a fire match, though, McKinney. Once it's time for it to happen, I have nothing but faith that this will be really good. And FTR need to go heel. Like, there's no more time for these my daughter promos from Cash, or Dax, excuse me. Like, get back to being the bad guys.
Baby daughter.
They just work better as heels. Like, they're the old school 80s. They're Arn Anderson and Tully. Like, let them just do what they're gonna do.
Let them cook, as the kids say.
All right, so let's get into this triple threat match. I actually think this might be a stealer.
Of course you do.
You don't think so?
I mean, it could be, but there's only one viable winner in this match.
Absolutely, bro. I'm not saying the winner. If you had me bet money on what match I know I'm going to get right, it's this one. Kenny Omega's winning.
Okay, I appreciate you saying that.
You've got Speedball, Mike Bailey. I think this is made a 3-way to protect him, and Ricochet can lose because it's Ricochet. You know what I mean?
Got you.
He's supposed to be a dork who you want to see get beat up, and when he gets his comeuppance, it's great. I do think Ricochet will be a champion still in the future. Might be TNT. No, that's what I'm saying. You give it to Cole. I wouldn't be mad if Ricochet beat him. I could see that happening. But Ricochet's going to be fine in this. He's going to help showcase things that he gets to go in there with Kenny Omega. And I think Speedball wanted that too. It's going to be a fine matchup. I'm not worried about it.
There's only one thing about Ricochet that I like.
Who he's married to?
That's it.
Disrespectful to Ricochet.
Disrespectful, honest, truthful. Lakers in 5.
Let me see here. I think Megan Bayne wins that Dynasty, and then Toni Storm has a short, dormant reign for 2 months where she destroys people, and then Toni enters the Owen and gets a rematch at All In. Oh,
okay.
You can do that.
I like long-term booking.
Correct. I think Bayne wins that Dynasty, has a short, dominant reign for 2 months, and gets the rematch at All In. Okay. Omega, we need Omega versus Okada title unification. It's happening, bro. I said that back in December. Like,
you call that like Thanksgiving time, bro.
Yeah, if Megan Bayne, a.k.a. She-Ra, is going to win the title, the shock would be great. FTR and Cope hanging by a rope. You can have all the hope. Lakers in 5.
I like that, Wills.
Yeah, Omega retains. Samantha, it truly is the bomb. She is. Love Samantha. And main event time.
Oh,
Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland, man. I am not convinced that Swerve's fully winning this. I want him to, but I feel like that Hangman thing is looming over my head, man, where he was like, I made a promise you would never be champ again.
He's going to emerge. I want Swerve to win. I actually am going to go as far as predict Swerve a win going against what I really think is going to happen. So I'm going on record. Swerve becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. But I have a feeling that Hangman's going to say, you must have forgot.
Because, okay, so can we...
Yeah,
let's just theorize this. So All In, then, in your mind, how does it look? So you've got Moxley. Is Moxley the champ at All In for you?
I'm going with Swerve reluctantly because I think that Hangman's going to interfere. But my dream scenario is that Swerve main events that show and gets his figurative payback for the previous loss at last year's All In. That's what I want.
Could do that. You could. So Swerve could win, and it's Swerve and Ospreay. I think you could do Moxley and Ospreay too, and that'll be okay. Cool, right up the alley. Or you could do Moxley and Darby.
Right. I don't think Moxley.
No, Sean, non-title. I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
because here's the story with them. Darby's never beat Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley has crushed this dude every time they fought each other.
Okay, in that case, I'm down with it. Cool. I thought you meant for the world title.
No.
We need, and this is no disrespect to one of my favorite wrestlers on the current landscape, Jon Moxley. We need him to lose that belt.
Where is MJF in this too? in the mix. He's kind of working with the Hurt Syndicate. There's a lot of weirdness going on, which I think will tie together eventually. Sometimes the stories are long term, and you got to wait through pay-per-views to see what's going to happen with them.
Exactly, but you can't have a lackluster ending. Either you have to have.
What's the best card you put together right now? Sean Hubbard, Tony Khan comes to you. He's like, "Hey, Sean, check this out. What's the card for All In, man? What do you think it should be?"
All In should be Okada versus Omega.
Is that the main event too? Like, dude, that's a humongous match.
Yeah, but let's not convolute it right now. We'll get to that later. But definitely Okada versus Omega. I need.
Wait. You got to explain. Is it unification or is it just?
Title for title unification. 100%.
Okay.
I want Monet versus Athena. Title for title. Titles for titles. I want Swerve defending the World Heavyweight Championship against MJF, because I think Swerve and MJF would have great chemistry, with MJF being the biggest SOB you could think of.
Wait a minute. So you said Swerve and MJF is the world title match?
MJF World Heavyweight Championship at All In.
And so MJF's got to enter the Owen, then you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me world champion Tony Storm versus having some difficulty with that one.
Well, you got Bane in the mix, and then you've got all those, like I said, you got a plethora of people to pick from.
Is Britt Baker still on the roster?
She is, but it ain't. She just removed AEW from her bios.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. But let's start with that. I think my first 3 matches are pretty blockbuster. You give me Swerve versus MJF, you give me Okada versus Omega, and you give me Monet versus Athena. I think you have a great start for a great pay-per-view.
Because, listen, I'm just putting it out in several different ways. Let's just say Moxley loses. Could it be Swerve and Hangman for the world title? I'm just putting out different scenarios.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Swerve and Hangman again.
You're done with that feud?
I am. How much more of a blow-off can you have than him getting stuck in the face with a needle?
This is Austin Rock.
Okay.
This doesn't end. Like, when it's on, it's sparked again. Like, 02, he came out, just shut up, Triple H. We didn't ask for you to talk tonight. I'm coming out here. You run your mouth all the time, and I'm still sick of it.
Right.
You're funny, Dwayne. Like, it's those two will always, like, when they saw each other backstage, oh, you want to interfere in my match? Like, I love that he ran up on him. Like, that would be what would really happen in wrestling. Like, oh, okay. Yes, so they put that out there. You could do Ospreay and Swerve. Why not the rematch? And then Ospreay gets his lick back, and then you set yourself up for a third match in the future. Like, okay, who wins this time? You got options, is all I'm saying. DMD gone. I don't know if it's at that point yet, but it ain't looking good. I'll say that. If Delay Gratz said, if Swerve loses, I just can't. I won't, and I might never again. Hubs, man. You lost half the chat. Swerve versus Hangman will never end. Yeah.
I'll never retire.
Yeah, that's a forever feud, which I'm cool with. I think they got momentum right now. I know people haven't been wanting to hear that. I think AEW's got momentum again.
They do. They just have to keep it going. See, the problem.
Did you see? No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the problem with AEW is like it's a basketball team that's down by 20 in the fourth quarter. And they're coming back and they're within 5 to 7 points. The problem is one basket by the other team can put you out of reach. They have to continue getting over it. Like, you have to keep it going.
Yeah. And part of keeping it going is you got to figure out what to do with this Moxley world title reign. Mm-hmm. That's a fact, Jack.
Well, there's two words that I have for Moxley title reign. End it.
And speaking of ending it, we're going to get ready to end this show. And if you guys want, check me and Derek out for the Dynamite review happening this Wednesday after AEW Dynamite live in Peoria, Illinois.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to rip out your spleen, and I'm going to take all of your intestines out, and I'm going to shove them down your throat, and then rip them back out and put them in your eyeballs.
I love that Moxley walked away like,
Like
what?
Oh, all right.
Take it easy.
I know we're mad, but jeez.
You got Claudio versus Cope. Will Ospreay returns. Lots to see on the card. Bracket reveal, like I had said before. So come on over. We'll be there for that. Sean told you guys about everything else that we have going on here. Our private Stokely private party of Scorpio Sky gone as well. No, I don't believe so. I don't think Scorpio Sky wants to really go anywhere too either. Like he's not complaining either. I don't know how he feels though. Stokely we need back on TV ASAP. And private party, I'm sure they're just cooling them off so that when we bring you back, like we're gonna have to make you a bigger deal or something. Like I think they're talking like, how do we bring you back and how do we make this better than what we?
How do we make it mean something? Yep.
Yeah. Marina's about to make that liver and onions. I just thought of Doug when you said that delay grass. Marina Shafir should never cut promos. She did. I think she's fine. I think she's at the best point she's ever been with them. She actually looks like a threat. Like you've been wanting to see her get.
All right, if you step to me again, I'm gonna rip your eyeballs out and chop them up like fine celery and make an eyeball salad.
Right, Sean, take us out of here, man.
And no better way to go out than talking about eyeball salad. Yo, man, this was a great show, man. Shout out to my brother Conrad Kushner. Make sure you check out he and the one and only my guy Derek every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. as they bring you the best AEW Dynamite review in the game. Make sure if you haven't subscribed here, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you haven't subscribed to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, please go and do so. Subscribe to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Remember, a special episode of WrestleMania Hubbardonomics coming up on April 18th. That's the Friday before WrestleMania. And on WrestleMania Saturday or Sunday, depending on when they put the match on, I will be live for Jey Uso versus Gunther. It's only right. I'm the creator, the founder, and president of the Jey Uso bandwagon. It is only right that I broadcast that match live on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. So with that being said, Conrad has a lot going on. I have a lot going on. We collectively have a lot going on. So keep checking our socials and just media at large as we continue to bring you the best in professional wrestling. So on behalf of the one and only Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. We implore you and ask you and encourage you to stay blessed, be encouraged, and that evil shall never prevail. Until next time, fingers.